Hey guys, welcome to the clubhouse. I'm Billy Jackson, and today's review is going to be on American Horror Story Season 9, Episode 5. Man, I'm loving this season. I can't get over it. I don't know if you guys are excited as I am, but every episode has just been friggin' incredible. And I love how they subvert all of our expectations. I mean, when I was first watched the first episode, I thought this and I thought that was going to happen. But in true American Horror Story fashion, they flipped the script on me. Now first we have Mr. Jingles is the threat. Then you have the Night Stalker. Well, I guess the Night Stalker was first, and then Mr. Jingles, and then you have Margaret, and now that everybody's dying, they're going to become killers, and I just love it. I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe it's that 80s nostalgia feeling I'm getting. Of course, with the score for every episode, the soundtrack is just amazing and it brings me back. And I love the 80s. So, and I love slasher films, especially 80s slasher films. I love, Nightmare on Elm Street, you know, um, Friday 13th, Halloween. All those movies are some of my favorite horror movies ever. And this show is one of my favorite horror shows, if not my favorite horror show of all time, because of what they do. They make you think, oh, this is how it is. And then a couple episodes later, it's the exact opposite of what you thought. And that's what makes this show so amazing. And how about Margaret? Margaret is just a cold-blooded killer. I mean, she is no joke, and that's how they introduced her as this. And I like how they introduced her as this holy roller, which is not a bad thing, and you think that I thought she was actually going to be the hero of the show, not she's the major villain of the show. And then you have, the Night Stalker and Mr. Jingles fighting last week, which I loved. And now, Mr. Jingles dies by multiple arrow shots by that kid. I can't remember his name. I'm not good with names on the show because there's so many characters. But the guy that was in the oven, I love that. Now, he was just goofy kind of kid, and then once he faced death by baking, now he's just like, screw it, I'm gonna kill anybody that gets in my way, and he just straight arrows Mr. Jingles. And I thought that was amazing. I was loving every time an arrow hit him. I was just like, yeah, yeah, get him. But I kind of felt bad for Mr. Jingles after the reveal, that he's not, the real killer. He was kind of framed. Well, not kind of. He was framed for the murders that Margaret did. And then they gave him the shock treatment, and he was made to believe that he was the killer. So that's when he started killing. And even says in this episode, you know, today was the first day I killed. The first person I killed was today, or something like that. And I just thought that was so brilliant, the writing of that. And it just makes me so happy about this show that it's just so good. And granted, it's my opinion. I know some people probably watch the show and go, roll their eyes. This is stupid. This is campy. And I can see how somebody can really feel that way. I get it. I totally get it. I'm not oblivious to that it is campy and it is kind of silly. But that's what I love about it, but it's also serious at times. And now we're really getting into the supernatural aspect of it, with Menendez, coming back from the dead. And now that Mr. Jingles got shot down, he's given him another chance, with, you're going to accept Satan as your master, Lord and master. And if he does, he gets to live. But I guess if he doesn't, he's just going to stay dead. It's brilliant. It's brilliant writing. It's a perfect way to have all this stuff going on in the real world. People are killing each other, and it's a slasher. And I say real world very loosely. And then they had this supernatural effect going in where people are dying, and they're not really dead. Well, they're dead, but their spirit stays alive, and it just harkens back to the first season of, the Murder House, where the ghosts are alive and tangible, and you could touch them and feel them and talk to them. And I thought that was really great when I first was watching the very first season. Friggin' awesome. But this season is bringing that back, and I'm loving it. And I don't know if you saw the previews for next week, but man, I can't wait for next week, because that girl with the blonde hair, I can't remember her name, sorry, but she just starts going on a murdering rampage. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. It just seems like everybody is a killer in some kind of way, and I can't wait to see more. I need more. We're only halfway through, and it's already flipped the script on us so many times that I can't even guess what's going to happen. And I've been like that with every season. And I think that's why I love this show so much, is because it's not predictable. I mean, you think it's predictable and you think it's going to go a certain way, and you can predict all day long. And you might get some things right. I've gotten things right in other seasons that I predicted, but this season has really just twists and turns. Every episode is a new reveal. So I'm looking forward to next week, and I hope you guys are too. But what do you think of this episode? What do you think of the season so far? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like my videos and subscribe to my channel. And as always, make yourself happy every day. And the only way to do that is to remember the only thing stopping you is you stopping. Bam!